Hello again everyone, Mario the Pieman here with more Star Trek Online. Today we are back with the adventures of our TOS character Duug, not going to Andoria, and of course at the moment on the USS Nomad, a Daedalus class ship. So for those who came in late, Duug is a Tellarite. He's a scientist. He was on board a ship in the TOS era, the time of those old scientists, and he encountered a bloke who said he was a temporal agent. The way I spoke it, he didn't believe him, but turns out he was indeed a temporal agent, and poor old Duug got, in a heroic last stand, got got sent through time to the 25th century, which is where Star Trek Online is normally set. And I was going to end it there until I realised that you get most of the Federation campaign as a TOS character, so we're getting a bit more of that. And we will drop back in on Duug a bit later on as well afterwards. There will be there's some stories later on which involve time travel and I think would fit better with a temporal agent. So when it comes to those, where Drukhara would normally be playing from the other character we follow, I will actually switch back to Duug and I'll make sure he's up to that point.
Hidden danger lurk in space.
Leonard
And the
Nimoy.
threat of Klingon attack has made even the most stout-hearted reconsider their choice to travel throughout the stars. A last-ditch effort to find a common ground could end this conflict. But there are many who oppose peace.
There you go, some Leonard Nimoy. So we're here to rescue some researchers according to the mission. I'm detecting Gorn ships in range of the array. I recommend we deal with them before we assess the damage. Well, shields up, ready combat. Here's some of the temporal features of this ship, because there's a little extra stuff to do. Oh, there's a temporal probe nearby as well, so I'll have to look out for that. Oh, there it is. So we're going to fight some Gorn here. I wonder if I forget to demonstrate this thing. It kind of builds up as you fight. So this is a beam that reduces their hull. Scan this chrono distortion. Oh, we've got to complete the words. I'm going to say breach. Frozen. Good grief, how many of these are? Maybe a bit late at the moment. I'm struggling to find a word. I assume it would be bright, but I can't see anything that would look like bright. Plecton. Is Plecton even a word? Plecton it is. So they've been gathering intel from an array. Worse, they've been sharing it with Bavat. Looks like the rumoured Nicole Klingon alliance is a reality. So it explains why we've been hearing about Bavat's special allies. Yep. Cool, we got a plasma compressor and some major components. And we've done that, so we can now scan the satellite. Oh dear. We've got to go to the station, so firefighting job here. Oh, here's someone. Help us, please.
They just
Cardassian.
stormed in and started shooting.
What happened?
The first sign of trouble was when we lost contact with the communications array. The Gorn beamed in and started shooting. They destroyed our computer core and took thousands of artifacts we spent years collecting. Then, as if destroying decades of archaeological research weren't enough, they started setting fires. The Gorn. They just Captain Jean-Luc Picard and the crew of the USS Stargazer discovered ruins from an unknown civilization
nice flashback.
almost 60 years ago. The Federation Science Council has been researching this site ever since. It's a fascinating find. There are more than 40 kilometers of catacombs under this facility. We've barely managed to explore a quarter of what we think is here. 2 years ago, we found a star chart in the catacombs that indicated that this civilization had contact with interstellar travelers more than 15,000 years ago. The chart led us to another site on Cassay 4, where we found the most extraordinary artifacts. If we're correct, the race that once lived here may have been an advanced proto-reptilian race, the Gorn. They just stormed. The Gorn have extremely long memories. Thousands of years ago, the Gorn hegemony ruled this entire sector. In their minds, that means these planets are still the Gorn. They just... not everyone. There are several members of our team still unaccounted for. Please, you must find them. The Gorn destroyed our automated fire suppression system.
Off you go to the
coming
nomad.
with you, Captain.
Okay.
There's too much at stake, and I know this project.
You used to have to actually use an equipped fire extinguisher, but now, if I remember, it is just something which happens more automatically.
The Klingon invasion was a blow to Gorn self-determination and identity.
We've rescued a researcher. And got a croissant. All in all, that's a good day. Oh, did I forget to beam that one out? Silly me. Yep, still just standing there. Didn't think to come with me, no? No? I just... You okay? Not the brightest scientist, apparently. Oh, some trionium gas.
These kinds of raids are the Gorn's attempt to reclaim their identity through their history.
Well, I'd rather didn't do it raiding stuff, but, I can understand wanting to reclaim their identity.
Look at all this damage. We'd have helped if the Gorn had just asked. I guess when one of your leaders turns out to be a shapeshifter, it damages your sense of trust.
Oh, big lad here. Throwing homing rocks. Shot of science, she got stuff like that where I can make the ground go on fire. Nab a few things. I maybe should look at putting out the fires more than raiding supplies, but hey ho. Gorn are fireproof. Soup. I'd have a feeling this won't be the end of it.
There's another research team on Pt3,
Oh.
involved in a dig at a promising site. Given what the Gorn have done here, I'd imagine that team is in trouble. Captain, we have to check on them.
Yeah, sure, we'll do it.
If
So a bit more space fighting. That thing's just launched mines. That's that telltale noise. Good, ship's safe. So located exit dig site in the surface. High intensity energy field. Being tuned to location outside. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's go outside the energy field. This was never one of my favourite missions in the TOS one, if I'm honest.
this is the dig site that our team was working on. They set up several shield generators to help protect the most important artifacts.
Okay.
If we disable the shield
Yeah,
generators,
disable the shield generators. One of the things that they did mention there was a bit of in-game history, which you don't maybe get so much from coming in through the TOS route, which is that the Gorn hegemony has been taken over by the Klingon Empire.
What is going on?
the team here found remnants of a precursor civilization that may be a relative of the Gorn.
So the gist of it was the Klingons found evidence that
Our understanding of Gorn evolution is woefully inadequate. Are they even offspring of the Preservers?
she'd stop interrupting, but
The Gorn territorial claims aren't entirely without merit, but they would displace billions of people.
yeah,
A diplomatic solution could help to save Gorn
people like interrupting in this
without
game.
disrupting Federation colonies.
So yeah, the Gorn hegemony was taken over by the Klingons when the Klingons suspected correctly that their leader had been taken over by an Undine shapeshifter. So the Gorn are now part of the Klingon Empire. kind of a client race. It was done mainly to give you a bit more variety when they made a Klingon faction. So the Federation, obviously, you had a whole host of races to build from.
More fluctuations. Increase the power
Whereas
to the shields.
the Klingons had, well, Klingons. And so one of the things which they decided to do is kind of try to rope in. So what you have in the Klingon side is you have the option to put together obviously a Klingon, but they also have Lathians, who appeared in like one episode of Deep Space Nine, Nausicaans, who turned up a couple of times, and Gorn, and Orions. The Orions, I believe, are contracted rather than... No, the Orions bent the knee, as well as the Nausicaans, who are contracted as basically mercenaries. But it's a nice idea just to give a bit more variety to the Klingon side. You know, say they had no qualms about the Romulans just being Romulans and Remans, and you always have your random bumpy head, but... I bet these Gorn are going to be really embarrassed and find that they could have just asked. Must be I could have actually done this all from one with the science.
The protective shields are down. Incompetent fools.
I like the way he's got the proper villain speech though. Okay. Curses, these incompetent fools! Yeah. Oh, that did nothing.
One to beam up.
There's no sign of the other team. The Gorn must be holding them captive.
Oh well,
elsewhere.
we tried. I've got... We kidnapped... Oh, so they could be on the ship. Oh, fine. Well, I guess we're going to still save them. Okay.
You are meddling in affairs you do not understand.
Your cheer could do with a bit
This
higher.
system was the home of our ancestors. It belongs to the Gorn. By time, we will not allow grave.
We are doing quite a bit of desecrating, in fairness. That means we're not putting them into the British Museum. Oh wait, the hostage ship's up here. This other thing I'm doing is a target analysis thing. It happens on science ships. It basically starts giving you buffs and whatnot. So, yeah, it's quite a handy thing to put on when I remember. Oh, from trailing mines. Oh, but sometimes when a ship's disabled you have to remember to switch it off. Oh, right, they want to do it every... Okay, well, fair enough. Fine. Seemed like a bit of a waste of everyone's time then.
If the archaeological sites in the Kasei system really are from a proto-Gorn culture, We will have to weigh carefully the knowledge we gain versus what the Gorn claim to be their own history.
At least he's
The
considering
Federation
that.
Science Council has a lot to consider. For now, though, I'm glad the researchers are safe. Good work.
Oh, thank you.
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
R&D's been unlocked. Go for a science officer. But we have no room. No room at the inn at the moment.
Commander Burgess, Starfleet Intelligence. There's something I'd like you to look into. It could change the course of the war in our favor. We have intel suggesting that the Klingons are operating a secret weapons facility in the Hiromi cluster. We also believe the base is under the command of Ambassador Bavat, a controversial figure in Klingon politics. I'd like you to get to the truth of the matter, and soon. To that end, I'm sending one of my top agents to join you on the mission. I think you'll find Lieutenant Van Zyl to be a very capable officer.
Well, that's
Don't hesitate to
interesting.
seek her counsel in the
She
field.
pops up quite a bit, so does
Proceed to
Burgess
the Briar
actually.
Patch and find out what the Klingons are up to. If there are any weapons there, you are to deactivate or destroy them. And should you encounter the ambassador, do bring him in. I'd like a word.
Yeah, that's quite nice. I'd forgotten they were introduced this early, so...
Admiral Quinn says you're the right officer for this job.
Okay. So, yes, we'll leave it there. Again, quite short. These early Federation missions are. It's kind of getting to go through a second set of first missions. As always, if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe, and do leave comments if you want to talk, either in the comments here, or you can contact me on Twitter at @Pieman70. That's capital P for Pie, capital M for Man, and the number 70. As always, again, thank you for watching. I hope you'll come in next time, either with Drakara, Duug, or anything else my little mind comes to. But until that time, bye for now.